How's it going, everyone? We've got another major PlayStation update as there are rumors and rumblings of a showcase that will be happening in May. We still don't know if it's going to be a showcase or a state of play. Generally speaking, the showcases do happen in this early summer period. That is when it happened last year, so at the end of May makes a lot of sense, and it looks like a major remake may be revealed at the showcase, and this is a title that I could see come out sometime in 2024. And this is a title that may be seeing a very quick turnaround from announcement to release. And when I say quick, I mean really, really quick. So we'll talk about that. A major RPG has been revealed, and we've got a bit of an update on Spider-Man 2 as a bunch of updates have rolled out for that game. We'll go through those briefly. But first of all, as noted on Twisted Voxel, it looks like Medieval 2, the remake, may be revealed at PlayStation Showcase coming up in May. And it also might be Shadowdropped in May. Alleged playtester and Discord member Orange, who has previously leaked information related to Gravity Rush projects, including details regarding the movie, has now shared that Medieval 2, a remake for that game, has been in development at Other Ocean Interactive since 2021, and it is slated for a release in May. Now, Medieval 2 getting a full-on remake isn't all too surprising, and this would fit the category of a game coming out that wouldn't be, let's say, a big PlayStation IP and a major first-party release, but one of those smaller games that Jeff Grubb had alluded to possibly coming out this year. And while it isn't, let's say, at the level of a Spider-Man, a God of War, a Horizon, it would still be a nice release and give us something to sink our teeth into as far as PlayStation titles go. And for a game of this caliber, I don't think shadow dropping it is the worst idea in the world, because the idea of doing shadow drops few and far between, I think that adds to the allure of it, and the randomness. It can be effective, you just don't want to do them all the time, and Sony rarely does shadow drops, but we saw something like with a Hi-Fi Rush. Shadow dropping that game January of last year was incredibly effective. It came out of nowhere, it delivered big, and people were like, holy hell, this game is awesome. And I think with tempered expectations being fairly low, just getting the fact that a game is getting announced, but also being released right away, it's so uncommon in gaming that I think people would really appreciate that and would be like, hey, that's pretty cool, let me go check that out. Especially considering if you look at May, as far as game releases go, very, very quiet. I mean, on Xbox, you've got Hellblade 2 coming out, but if you look at it in totality, May doesn't have a lot of major game releases coming out. You know, things pick up in June, but May seems to be a little bit of a come-down month, which is much needed after February, March. April is a little bit quieter, at least this early portion, but then you got Stellar Blade and Uden Chronicle coming out, so that's gonna get, some people excited. May is super quiet, and with a title like Medieval 2 coming out, a shadow drop at that, I think people would be excited. I think people are gonna be looking for a new game to play, and I think ultimately it would do fairly well. I mean, expectations gotta be in line for a game like this, but they did a Medieval 1 remake, and that did fairly well. I know it wasn't received incredibly well, but I thought it was a fine remake, and then on top of that, Medieval recently dropped as a Plus title as well, so all those things are coming together. Outside of the Medieval 2 remake, that leaker had also leaked a Gravity Rush 2 remaster on PlayStation 5 and PC, and whatever we can do to get more Gravity Rush, I don't give a damn what the hell it is. I've been asking for more Gravity Rush content, and at the very least, they're doing a remaster that keeps the sliver of hope that I have for a Gravity Rush 3 to one day happen still alive. And I think the fact that GR2 is reportedly coming to PC as well, hopefully that entices a new audience to check out the game, although the idea of Gravity Rush 2 coming out on PC without Gravity Rush 1, that's a little bit questionable to say the least, but whatever. I'll take what I can get as far as Gravity Rush goes. And Medieval, again, another franchise that's been, outside of the remake, relatively dormant over the past couple of years. It's more of a classic PlayStation franchise, got a PSP port and so on and so forth, but nice to see that come back with a Medieval 2 remake as well. Speaking of sequels, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has been revealed. We got the official announcement trailer. My oh my, from a visual standpoint, this game looks excellent. I got a hard time to believe that this game's even gonna have a performance mode. We'll see, but this is one of those games that hopefully will utilize the hardware of the PlayStation 5 Pro. Best of all, with this announcement, while the game looks great, it is coming in 2024. Round of applause for Warhorse Studios. More studios gotta do this. Announce a game, have gameplay ready to go and ready to be showcased, and then also announce that the game is not that far out. These days, we just get too many games, you guys. Too many games that get revealed, and they're 6 years out, 7 years out, I'm talking about titles like BioWare's notorious for this, Dragon Age Dreadwolf, Mass Effect. That game ain't coming out till like 2030. Alright, maybe not 2030, but 2028. And they want to do teasers on their end 7 days and whatnot, like, all that nonsense. It's like, bro, come on, just... like, why are you revealing a game this early? I get it that you gotta get people excited and get people to jump on the project, and Wolverine was revealed in 2021. That ain't coming out until 2026. It's like, what are we doing, man? And definitely, casual consumers get duped by trailers like that. I have casual friends that saw the Wolverine trailer, and they were like, oh my god, that game's coming out. And they're of the mindset that it's gonna be out soon, and then I have to be the one to break it to them. I'm like, guys, you don't know how it works, but that game ain't coming out for a very, very long time. It's just like, more often than not, I like the release structure of what Deliverance 2 is doing. Announce the game and then release it 6 to 8 months after that. I think it's way more effective. I know not every game is going to follow this formula, but I remember when Bethesda did this for Fallout 4, everybody and their mother knew that game was in development, but they didn't announce it officially until like June or May of the year that it came out in November, and I feel like that just aided in the anticipation and the hype around that game. Now, that game was ultimately kind of disappointing, but you get the idea. It aided in the promotion and the hype towards the game, and I think with Deliverance 2, I'm not saying this is going to be a gigantic RPG, but Deliverance 1 was really solid. It's a game that I constantly recommend when it's on sale, and I believe it's on sale right now, like dirt cheap. I think it's $4 for the Royal Edition. Go pick that up, and then be on the lookout for Deliverance 2 as it's scheduled for a release later this year, and we should be getting more gameplay here shortly. Lastly, I do want to note that Spider-Man 2 has gotten a brand new patch, update 1.002.003. A bunch of suit fixes addressed an issue where masks and lenses on certain suits would appear wavy. Notably, on the Amazing 2 suit, addressed an issue where the webbing on the classic suit appeared blurry. Addressed an issue where Peter's Hellfire Gala would have glowing lights around the mask. Addressed an issue where an orb of light would appear on Peter's Iron Spider suit. Addressed an issue where some users' save data would disappear, notably after version 1.002. Addressed an issue where the game would prompt users to start a new game instead of continuing their current NG Plus save. Addressed an issue where the sun would move across the sky when using the sunset time of day setting. Addressed an issue where the charge jump tutorial prompt wouldn't show when avoiding the security guard in the roll like we used to flashback mission. Addressed an issue where the L1 and R1 prompts wouldn't show up to pick up Dima Streak in New Game Plus. And addressed an issue where the duffel bag would show skin and suit damage. There's a bunch of general fixes as well. Spider-Man 2, one of the system sellers on PlayStation 5. Many would consider it to be the system seller on PS5, given a lot of the other exclusives are cross-gen titles, which I don't think is a big deal, but because they run so much better on the PS5. But nevertheless, Spider-Man 2, a true next-gen exclusive, and obviously you had Ratchet, you have Demon's Souls, you have Returnal, but Spider-Man 2 definitely a standout and a high-caliber game. If you haven't picked it up, really not one of those titles that is going to go on sale probably until Days of Play. I see Days of Play being the first major discount. It'll probably be like $10 off. I think that's what they did with God of War Ragnarok. Maybe $20 off to take it down to $50, but yeah, that is the latest patch on that. And Insomniac, I don't know if they're working on DLC for this game, but the rumbling is they are working on Marvel's Venom, scheduled for a release next year. And given if you play Spider-Man 2, I do think it makes sense to make a Venom game. Also kind of interested to see where it goes as far as a direction. But yeah, no spoilers here. So we'll see how that turns out. But that does it for me. Again, another major PlayStation Showcase update. Medieval 2 might be getting a remake announced, and it might be Shadowdrop. I think doing Shadowdrops every now and again is great, especially when Sony is more of a studio that does reveal their games like 3-4 years out. That in this case, Medieval 2 getting revealed and then coming out right away, it would be a nice change of pace, and hopefully something that, I'm not saying do shadow drops all the time, but, you know, announce games and have them come out within 16 months. I would be a fan of that happening more often. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 release date window and trailer have been revealed. Game looks great. It should be out in 2024, barring a delay, so excited about that. And Spider-Man 2 gets a brand new update that is live right now. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.